Morning, everyone. So, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing well and keeping that grind going. Figured it was time to update everybody on the indoor garden. So, we're gonna start off with a cup of tea, which is, tea is life. It's good. It's good for you. And over here on the kitchen counter, we have a whole bunch of cuttings going on, and onions, which are rooting. There we go. There's some. You can see some there and there. Definitely gonna have to play around a little bit. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lots of pumpkin and butternut seeds. Fuck yes. This is an orchid cutting that I got from someone else, and unfortunately, I did bash the roots a little bit. So we're just seeing if this thing is. It looks like it's still alive because it has some new growth there, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, we have a lot of aloe cuttings, which are getting some new growth going on, which is pretty cool. Inch plants. This is a granadilla cutting. I don't know if anything's going to happen with this, but I figured my old granadilla was in need of a bit of a trim. So we have some more inch plants, more aloes, um, the sticks. The sticks are mulberry cuttings. But very cool that over here we have some new growth coming along. So that's very cool. Fuck, I really I really need to be careful not to knock shit over. Right, so moving on. Indoor garden next. What's next? What's next? This is a little soil experiment just to see what'll happen from the soil that I get. This is a mixture between what I create and a few things I've gathered, and every now and then I find something in there. Little shit. So, well, excuse me. Part of the stuff I've gathered is some very good soil from beneath a very large eucalyptus tree that's come down, and the drainage on that stuff is absolutely fucking perfect. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like soil it's been conditioned for oh I don't even know however old the tree is. It's a fuck off big tree. Anyway, moving on here. We'll go along the top of the top table first. We have our cactus, which has put on some new growth over there. Very cool. The purple prince, which is still alive. Also very cool. And another mulberry cutting and a snake plant. I think that's geranium. A little succulent hiding back there. Avocado. This wondrous beast was birthed from inside of the worm bin, which has some succulents on top and some aloe cuttings as well. Where was I? I was saying something. Oh, yes. The avocado sprouting in this thing. Just, I. Good start. Let's just say very good start. Very good start to chuck your avopips into your compost bins. Trust me. Just trust me. You'll thank me. Peas. Peas looking pretty good. Some more purple prints. This is a pumpkin, and I have just been trying to deal with the mites and nonsense over here that are causing this blotchiness. Yeah, it does seem to be a bit of an ongoing issue. But there's a lot of people that are actually experiencing it this year. Same thing with these little white puffy motherfuckers that almost look like a marshmallow, but they're really they're goddamn evil. And they spread really quickly. And yeah, very unfun. So yeah, highly recommend washing the corpses off whatever it is that these things infest, because otherwise they're going to cause quite a bit of damage. And as you can see from this over here, you can see where these things have been sort of slowly chewing away. And they love to sit just, well, let me get it here, kind of in the nooks. They love to sit in the nooks, in that sort of little bit over here and here. Come on. Like right there. Which is obviously not good for any of your leaves, which are basically the solar panels for your plants. And yeah, let's just say you better pray that your root system is doing very, very, very well, or you're going to have problems. I would definitely suggest cutting those leaves back and actually just throwing them away. Sometimes it's a bit easier. Anywho, so we have a little bit of the marijuanas, which is surprisingly doing okay, not bad. It generally doesn't do very well in my flat, so this is at least a good sign of some improvement, which is very cool. Mulberry, couple of onion things. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something. I don't know. And right over here we have purple heart with a succulent in a shot glass. Fuck yeah. Little experiment with some potato, oh, not potato, pumpkin, with some pumpkin seeds. Another avocado, mulberry cutting with some succulents. Don't know. We'll see what happens. But these nodes are looking really good. So fingers crossed you survive. Another avocado, some speckboom at the back here, along with a cutting or two of mulberries. These things in this pot, beans of some kind, and holy shit, we are getting new growth here as well. Now again, look at the blotchiness. This is a sign that something is nibbling. I will just need to find it and murder it expeditiously. Every now and then, a little bit of genocide really goes a long way. Just saying. Right over here, there's some more purple heart that's been trimmed back. This is where I've been getting some of my cuttings. And just so we're clear here, I haven't fucked up the plant because we have new growth popping up where I've cut back. Fuck yes. Very cool. Right, next. Next, we have these little guys on the window. They're called Stapelias. Stapelia orbea something. Very cool little, almost succulent type plants. Some aloe, which I think is maybe looking a bit burnt in the sun, so I'm going to have to bring that in today and give it a bit of DLC. Sorry, I was just stepping over this. As we move over here to some more purple heart cuttings. All looking pretty good, because we have some root growth going on here. Fucking fantastic. It means that the water is not horrific and horrible, and maybe I can also drink it. Really fascinating for, South African drinking water actually being drinkable in the Western Cape. Nice stuff. Okay, so moving on over here, we have a brush cherry. We have a different kind of inch plant. This comes from an actual riverside, so very cool. Ginger, tomatoes, something. Brush cherries. Yes, there we go. Brush cherries. I don't know why, but I just keep getting brush cherries. It might be a maple tree that I rescued from the side of the road. Some gardener thought that it was a weed or some shit like that and just pulled it up. Sons of bitches. We never get any fucking we never get any fucking trees because you morons keep fucking pulling them up. Let them grow, guys. Seriously, they'll actually help your soil. Anyway, Purple Prince. Over here we have an avocado, which the tip is not looking too great. They're dried out, but the rest of it is looking pretty good. Squash, I think. Squash or butternut, one of the two. This is a fruit tree, but it's not looking too great at the moment. I maybe need to give it a bit of TLC because the seedling is not going anywhere fast. Unlike this one, which is actually moving. This is more what you want. This is not what you want. Yes. No. Yes. New leaves. Ooh. Yes, new leaves. No. Do better, Senator. Have a pepper plant of some sort, I think, but I'm never 100% sure at the moment about a lot of these things. Some mulberry cuttings and some speckbone at the back with some onion things. Stapelia right at the back. I've totally forgotten what that is. And that. This is a pea plant. Peas, baby. Yeah. This. What are you? Melon? What the fuck? Nice. Cool. Sweet melons. And this is an FWB pumpkin, so a flat white boer. And for those international people, that is how you pronounce it. Boer. You roll the R. R. Boer. But you do it once. So boer. There we go. Cool. Glad we could have that little Dutch lesson, so to speak. Wild garlic, which somehow is still alive. It's still alive and it's got 2 stalks. What the fuck? Like, seriously, this shit is over a year old. I want more of you. I really, really want more of you. This is succulent at the back there. This, I believe, is... I'm not really sure. It could be a palm tree. It could be a baby palm tree. But it could also just be a blade of grass that is looking pretty good. I don't fucking know. A nachi tree, I think. Think so. Bit more Purple Prince. There's a succulent at the back here that I haven't identified. If anybody knows what kind this is, please tell me in the comments. That would be really cool. Pepper plant. Some more mulberry cuttings, and I think this is also a pepper plant as well. Interesting thing going on here. Just over here. This was a spider's web. Little jumping spider home. So, if you can see here, there's a little sack there. And he or she pulled some leaves together and decided that was going to be a cool little hammock in my garden for a while. Over here we have a mulberry cutting, which is doing quite well. Fuck yes. I feel I may have a mulberry bonsai at some point pretty soon. Fuck yeah. Squash or butternut. It's squash or butternut, I'm pretty sure. Tomatoes. Fuck, I'm also kind of leaning over plants here as well, so forgive the camera work. Some more succulents. I totally forget what I put in here. Tomatoes. More tomatoes. Granadilla looking a little crispy there. But they are hardy motherfuckers, so we'll just pull those leaves off. And I've planted a few more seedlings in there, so fuck yeah, we're gonna have some more granadillas. Excellent. Then over here we have some mulberry, I think, mulberry seeds. These are things I've grown from seedlings, so not cuttings. Right next to the baby palm trees. I forget. This, unfortunately, is not looking too good, and I may have to get rid of it because there, you can't, fuck, you little bastard, I can see you. There, you see him? See him on the end of my thumb there? This little fucker, this little mite son of a bitch, this is what you want to get rid of. And that is exactly what I'm going to do after this video. It will be significant murder, because I hate these little shits. Speckworm, mulberry cuttings. Mulberry bonsai doing a thing. Maybe looking a little dry. Probably gonna give it a once over just to make sure no pests have moved over to this from this fucker. Another mulberry cutting. Also still alive with one leaf and still going. Okay, nice one. Just down here we have another tomato with a mulberry cutting. These things I got from the side of the road, and they are trees, but I don't know the kind. I don't know the particular variety. I figure as they grow up, as they get older, I'll be able to identify them. Right, so moving on to under the counters, or under the tables. Before we get there, my one Tamarillo is doing quite nicely. Fuck! Sorry, Jesus Christ, I nearly tripped over something there. Okay, so Tamarillo, looking good. If we look down here, we have sweet potato, brush cherries, looking pretty good there. Sneaky, hey, let go. Here we go. Just have that sweet potato sneaking up there. And I might as well talk about the things in the back as well. Peas. I was not expecting this. These are a mixed kind of conglomerate of kidney beans, black-eyed beans, and lentils. And it's just, there's too much. There's too much going on here. I'm gonna have to thin it out and plant plants. Otherwise, I'm gonna snap stalks, and some of these are gonna die. This is what happens when you plant all things fucking way too close together. But it's nice to see that everything is looking good. So, speaking of looking good, we have some new growth on my avocado that was looking like it was dead for a while. So this is cool. Also, one of the very few weed marijuanas that has survived. I have no idea what variety or anything like that it is. Whatever, if it lives, it lives. If it dies, it dies. Now we've cut back the potato. Just gonna see what happens. But these stalks were looking a bit weird and, I don't know, dying back or something. But they're still nice and springy, so I think it's okay. Ginger. Gotta have gingers. Because, Lord knows Hollywood hasn't been doing us any favors. Corn. Younger corn. Older corn. And then, speaking of ginger. This is getting tall now. So this ginger is about as tall as me, which is pretty badass. Ooh, nice. Fuck yeah, buddy. You keep going. Also very cool is that the stalks themselves are now getting pretty close to the thickness of my pinky finger, which is good. This is old. This is really old, and you can see how the mites have had at it, but for some reason it's still alive, it's still kicking. Very cool. Speckboom. Didn't expect this fat ass cutting to really even do anything, but here we are. Also very cool. And just behind that, there we go. We have an avocado with some new growth popping out there. Also fucking badass. Yes. This is a very bedraggled looking mulberry, and I don't know whether this seedling is going to live, but it's hanging in there, and I figure as long as it is alive, I will give it a chance. More granadillas and mulberry. And speaking of granadillas, this is the one that I cut back. Over here, we have brush cherry. This is some kind of pepper. Bell pepper, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on some of these things. It's been so long since I planted some of them. Potato slips. And really, I just planted the eyes. I just planted the eyes of the potato, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. Moving on, we do have some fruit seedlings that are looking a bit old and meh. Like this is a bit of burn on the leaves or something. Not looking too great. Okay, we got mulberries, ginger, some other stuff. More mulberries, sweet potato, avocado, a random street plant, a bit more sweet potato hiding here among the tamarillos. This also is a bit of a random find, but looking good. So we'll see. We'll see what it becomes. See what it grows up to be. Then the back here, we don't have much going on other than the mulberry at the back. Some garlic seedlings. I'm guessing black-eyed peas, tomatoes, and 2 granadillas sitting in the back there. Inch plants, some speckworm, tomatoes aren't looking too great, but I'm not terribly surprised. There's a baby palm tree, some avocado, or some little avocado seedlings, some more baby palms, and these mulberry cuttings, along with some inch plants, which is kind of interesting. And these down here are some black-eyed beans and squash. I think that's a squash of some sort. Wait, no, that could be butternut. Actually, I think these are butternut, and those just came out of the worm bin last night. So, as I was saying, the stuff back here doesn't exactly look too great, because I've had a little ginger kitten sprinting across these beds. Little shit gets the zoomies, and yeah, then it's just overs. Oh, and then lastly, we have a few sweet potatoes in the mix, along with some succulents and English ivy. And so lastly, speaking of kind of English things, no, because we've come to the end of the update, and now it's time for a break. So, this isn't a cup of coffee, but, you know, it's a cup of tea, which might be your business. Cheers. Keep your grind going.